In this video I want to point you towards the graphing capabilities of PathTracker, and all we have to do is, with a few files open, which we've got here in this demonstration, is click on Tools and select either the top option or the bottom option, which is Create Graph on a Second Monitor. But for this video, that I can't demonstrate that, so I'm going to go with Create Graphs. And what comes up now is your set graphing options window, and it defaults to plan view. I'm going to do a section view and do it to grid coordinates, I guess. And I'm going to show three different well files on here. And I believe that the section view that this was calculated was 265. But if not, we can always come back and change it. And basically that's it. I've selected the wells I want to show on the chart. So see the well paths, they'll be in different colors. And I've selected the view I want to have. So I'm going to do grid coordinates on sub C and the vertical section that we're going to view this from. And I press OK. And there's a sample of what the graph can look like. Now we can make this bigger to fit within the window here if you like, and we can zoom out, or actually zoom in, and we can zoom out. We can use the keyboard to navigate in and out by pushing S. It goes smaller, and you can see that the well paths are there. Now the dots that you're seeing here are the survey point indicators. I've left them on here so that you can see them. However, you can see they clutter up here and look quite busy. And so some of our clients have found that they prefer them not to be on. So by right-clicking on the graph itself, you can actually come up with a pop-up where there's about 8 or 9 different options. So we can change the graph, we can copy the graph to a clipboard, we can save the chart settings, we can load a chart setting that we have for the graph. We could create this as our default, and we can restore the system settings. Right now, what you're seeing actually is the system settings, and I'm actually going to change that. So I'm going to go Chart Designer, and within Chart Designer there's about 10 tabs, as you can see, from Common all the way over to the far right where it says Scroll Bars and everything in between. Well, I want to go in and change the markers on the well path. So I go to about the middle, click the Marker tab, and go to the very top and click on the down arrow and select None. And by doing that and going Apply, you'll notice that the well paths now do not have any indicators showing where the survey points are. So I'm going to set that as my default, and I'm going to go OK. Now I can also navigate with the mouse, and clicking on the left button I can move the chart around. As you can see there, it went to the side. I can use the scroll bar to move up and down, and if it was a large enough chart, the scroll bars would appear on the bottom, so I can navigate that way as well. So there's a variety of different ways to navigate, and you can actually specify a depth that you wanted to go look at by going into the Chart Designer again and changing the parameters in here. Can automatically refresh if you're adding surveys, doing interpolations, maybe extrapolating to the bit. You can put it in seconds right on up to minutes if you like to have it refresh. Probably about 10 seconds would make sense. Apply OK. Now the other thing I would like to do at this point is point out the F key. When I push the F key, the chart changes, and the reason for that, the F stands for focus. So whichever well path has the focus, you'll see an asterisk or 2 stars over here, and that represents the focused well path. So I push F again, the focus key, it'll go to the actual, and it takes you to the end of that well path. If you notice, it jumped to the far left there, and you can see the blue well path. And if I go one more time, it's going to go to the plan, so it's gone to the end of the well path for the plan. And if I want to take it off, I can press it one more time. And it's basically toggling through the well files that you have open. And you can toggle in with the V key, so it will go right to zoom right in, and it'll zoom right back out to where you were.